it's day 40. I'm glad you came back. So, you remember, maybe you do, when music came out in the middle of the week, like on Tuesday, for example? I don't know if it's ever came out on like a Monday or not, maybe. But now it don't really matter. You can sort of put it out whenever you want to, but most people tend to do Friday. That's when video games come out. That's when movies come out. So a lot of people put music out then too. But Tyler the Creator, I don't know if you're familiar with his music or not. I like him. You know, I think he's talented. But I mean, he's a Grammy winner. Obviously, somebody appreciates his music. I'm sorry, I live under a rock. Anyway, he brought up that, people kind of get, I'm paraphrasing here, but people kind of get overwhelmed with all the things that become available for them to consume and do on Friday, Saturday, through the weekend. Why not take it back to the middle of the week where you can sort of listen to it on the way to school, listen to it on the way to work? And honestly, that's dead on, because that's how I used to consume music. I don't like wording it like that. It's how I used to listen to music. It's how I used to just take it all in. You know what I mean? And like sit there, read the liner notes, all that. I didn't just read the lyrics. I would, who produced it? Who was the mastering engineer? What does that mean exactly? What does that mean? Mixing, I get that. I didn't learn all that stuff till later on. My favorite part though was like the special thanks, especially for like rock and metal bands. It would be basically every band that they toured with, and that's what that's what we used to get band recommendations for those of us who lived out in the middle of nowhere, and out in the South, for example, where there's not a lot of metalheads. You can't just have your metalhead friend suggest you a bunch of music because you don't have one. So you had to read the liner notes. Oh, they toured with these bands. Let me go check them out. And you had to just try to track down a tape and do it. But I'm getting sidetracked with nostalgia. But it's sort of it's a drug, isn't it? And we're all looking for some sort of fix to help us get through these let's call them interesting times. And I mean, as long as you don't let it control your whole life, man, there ain't nothing wrong with having a little bit of fun with something. Speaking of which, hang on. But man, I like to go listen to old stuff sometimes because it reminds me of what I was doing in life around the time that album came out. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to make new memories though, so I'm listening to a lot of new stuff. And honestly, a lot of the OGs are coming out with some of their best material too, like Redman, LL Cool J. I never listened to LL Cool J. I never got into it, but like that newest one, The Force, it's great. It's fantastic. Maybe it's just a sign of the times. Maybe I'm just getting older. Maybe it's, I don't know what it is, but like my taste is changing. It's sort of it's not really drastically changing. I like a few things that I didn't listen to before, but my taste is more or less remained the same. I'm still that kid that's looking forward to the metal album on Tuesday morning. Oh, that new Slayer's coming out or whatever. Like, it's just a shame that so many of the groups that I listened to growing up turned out to be dickheads of varying degrees. So, I do kind of go into my own little world and create my own music so I can go listen to it, because I mean, I'm not the nicest person in the world, but I'm not a complete asshole either. I know I'm not. I know I'm not problematic. I don't have to do a background check on me. But when it comes to a new metal band, yeah, I don't know. Rappers, maybe less. As long as they're not, this is gonna piss people off. But as long as they're not like a MAGA rapper, I probably don't have to worry about them. Because oh man, talk about cultural appropriation. But that's a whole different video. But yeah, man, music on Tuesdays. It's coming back. Mondays, Wednesdays, whatever. Gotta have something to look forward to in the middle of the week. Can't just only have Wednesday night dynamite. You know what I mean? For all my wrestling fans out there. Uh, Speaking of wrestling. But yeah, man. A little short video today. A little short conversation. Uh, New music tomorrow. April Fool's Day. It ain't a joke though.